Welcome to City Talk, a weekly conversation produced by the City of Waco to inform you about city events and projects. Each week, we'll bring you interesting topics with city staff and community leaders to highlight how Waco is an exciting place to live and work.
Hi, welcome to City Talk. My name is Jessica Emmett Sellers. I'm the Community Services Supervisor for the Waco McLennan County Library, and I'm guest hosting this episode. And joining me is Victoria Allums, and she is our teen librarian. Thanks for joining us, Victoria.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, excellent. So we are here to actually talk about Summer Reading Club. And so I know you're brand new to the library, which I'm really excited to have you here to talk about it. So we've done Summer Reading Club for many, many years, and last year obviously things looked a little bit different. So this year things are still a little bit different. So we definitely want to tell everybody that's listening kind of how we are making some changes this year. So so we are something that's not new, but might be new to you, being new to the library, is that we are going to use the Beanstack app. So we do have that available for people to download, and they can register. And our friends in the library actually are the people who pay for that app. So we want to thank them always.
Yes.
And so as soon as people register for the app, they can get a tote bag, and they can get actual physical badges, which is cool, and our activity badges that are virtual as well. So we are going to give people credit for reading a little bit every day. So, building a reading habit is super important. And so that's what we're really encouraging people to do. And then they also get points for doing activities. And we have some partnerships with our museum pass partners, which are going to be great. And I know you have some partnerships that you're going to talk about with the teen services as well.
Yes,
so that'll be awesome. So anybody who reads 50 days or more will get a ticket into our grand prize drawing, which is going to be some gift cards to different things around town. And then if they do 20 activities, they can get another ticket to the grand prize drawing, so they get 2 chances to win, which is pretty cool. So would you like to tell us just a little bit about the teen programs that you have planned? I know we have some in-house stuff and some virtual things, so tell us a little bit about
definitely. I'm looking forward to that. We are going to have some of our programs, like you were saying, virtual, and some of them in person. Many of them will be in person. We have at least 2 a week for the summer. They are mostly come and go programs. Now, my teen ages are 11 through 17, so anyone in those ages can come by and stop by at the programs. They run normally 2 to 4:30, but you don't have to come right at 2. You can just come at any time between those times, because they are mostly come and go. Now, there is one that is not come and go, and we are actually having the lady engineers from the Mars Corporation come and talk about their careers, and there's going to be candy and crafts and stuff like that.
Right.
That one is not come and go, though. That is 2 to 3:30. They're going to talk, and then we're going to have the crafts and stuff, so that is a more compressed time schedule. But people can come at any time, of course, but to see everything, we do recommend you come at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And on our calendar online at wacolibrary.org, we have the full calendar, which gives more information and details about each program. And if you keep an eye out on our social media sites, the main teen one is WMCL Teens on Instagram, but if you look at like I said, our website or our Instagram, we're going to have more information about each program as they're coming up, and then also information about the virtual programs as they come up. That's going to be on YouTube and on Instagram.
Great. No, that sounds awesome. I know we're really excited to get back to in-house programs.
Yes, definitely.
So that's going to be a really special thing, and to kind of get our teen services going. And so we're so excited to have you at the library. And
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Absolutely. Oh, and I have to mention teen volunteering is going to be starting very soon. I've recently gotten the okay to start that, and right now we have a form online at our website. You can just sign up and sign in, enter your information. That way we have your name and number. That way when we have everything up and going, we can contact you and ask, are you still interested? And that way we can get started getting those teen volunteer hours if you need any.
Fantastic. And I know we always have a lot of really good opportunities for people to volunteer. Yes. Everybody needs those hours to graduate these days.
Absolutely.
So that's a wonderful opportunity, and it's mostly inside, which is great because of air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's right.
so it's a great way to volunteer and maybe avoid the the manual labor and things like that. So
there's plenty that needs to be done.
absolutely.
So we always have something.
We always need extra hands for sure. So so cool. And so Victoria will also be involved in our I know you'll also be involved in our special days when we have our special days this summer. So that's a cool new thing. Last year we had some kind of staff engagement where we all dressed up in crazy outfits and stuff like that. So we're kind of expanding on that, where we're going to really involve our staff in some different things. We have Donut Day and Pizza Day, but then we also have World Oceans Day where we're going to have a water fest, which is going to be cool. And we have Drive-In Movie Day where we're going to do an outdoor movie at the South Waco Library. So some of those things I know that we'll be able to see, people of all ages really enjoying that.
Yes.
And so we kind of have planned our summer reading club for all ages, but our bread and butter traditionally is our children's programming. So that's something that I definitely want to talk about just a little bit, is that we are going to have some special things for those special days for kids, just so that it keeps them wanting to come to the library. So we've got special things for teens, special things for kids, where they're going to have some different activities. But we're also going to have our story times in the park, which is going to be so fun. This is the first year that we've done that. So so we're really excited to have that happen. And we're going to have 4 different parks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday every week. And so we're going to be traveling around. And just like the teen programs, that schedule is on our website also, so on our online calendar, which is going to be a very good resource for people to find out all the information. We update it all the time, so that's going to be really cool. So like I mentioned, we are getting back to those in-house programs, and I know you've got some really great things planned for the teen areas as well in all of our libraries. So
yes, definitely.
Well, that's cool. Excellent. So so we do have some new things going on at the library, that our curbside service is going to continue. So that's pretty cool. That was something that we started for COVID-19 protocols, to kind of have that social distancing, but where people can still engage with the library. But we're going to keep it going forever, as far as we know, because people really enjoyed it. And we did have, within the last year, almost 16,000 curbside transactions.
Wow.
So that kind of helped keep us in touch with what people wanted, even while, people couldn't come in and kind of hang out. So that's a cool thing. And I know there's lots of great books flying off the shelves these days. So I think that's really, really cool. And another cool thing, I mentioned the Friends of the Library earlier, were the ones that pay for our Beanstack app, and they are actually going to have their book sale this year. So last year we had to cancel that. So this year I'm excited to kind of announce a little save the date for that, which is November 4th through 7th. And it's going to be back at the Extra Co. So in the past, that's where the book sale was, but then they had it at the convention center a couple of years ago because the Extra Co was under construction. So now we're going to get to unveil the new beautiful Extra Co. We're going to have a ton of books there, and people can make donations at the West Waco Library. So that's a cool thing that we do have going on. So if you're just now joining us, I do have Victoria Allums here. She's our teen librarian, and she is talking a little bit about Summer Reading Club for teens, and we're just kind of doing a little overview of how our Summer Reading Club is going to go this year, because it's a little bit different than normal. So, Victoria, I know you mentioned those in-house programs, so tell me a little bit about kind of how you're going to use those virtual programs as well.
I want to have a virtual program for most of the programs that I'm doing in person. Now, some of the programs I'm doing in person don't really lend themselves to a virtual program as well, but I will still have mentions about those on social media. For example, our end of summer reading bash. That isn't really, I cannot bring the snacks, to a virtual program. So
virtual snacks.
Yeah, exactly. But there will be a mention of that. But the virtual programs, some of them are craft programs, so I'm going to do the craft, show some examples, and then that can be inspiration for, hey, at this day we're going to come do this program in person, so come visit us. So the virtual program is going to come a little bit before the in-person programming, but it is going to mirror it. And I do have some special things that are virtual that are not in person, like I do book talks virtually, and I'm working on putting more virtual, because even as we are able to get back to in-person stuff, the virtual programming is still a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to continuing that.
Absolutely. And the virtual programs are a great way to promote your in-house programs. So if people catch a glimpse of you online, they can see, and then they go, oh, that looks awesome, and I would like to come to the library and hang out with her, which is a cool thing. So,
Yes.
I know over the last year, because we started our virtual programming back last June, so almost exactly a year ago.
Oh, wow.
And we've done about 160 virtual programs since then. So it's been a lot, and going totally virtual was something that we kind of had to do. But now that we're getting to do this little bit of a hybrid, I love to see like kind of that innovative way to use the virtual stuff to promote our in-house things as we're getting back to that. So I think that's really good. And I think our videos and our YouTube channel are going to be a great way to promote things in the collection, new books that are coming out, some of those exciting things like that. So I'm really excited to see kind of where we go with our videos in the future. I think you have some great ideas. And I know you mentioned our Instagram, but our YouTube channel is youtube.com/Waco Library. So it's super easy to remember. And that's a great place to find all of those videos all at the same time.
Yes,
so,
all of my videos are going straight to YouTube.
Absolutely.
And then it's getting posted to Instagram.
Yeah.
Kind of at the same time, but it's mainly on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. And we've got them in the Instagram profile, which is cool because people can access them straight from there, which is actually really easy and nice. So definitely. So talk a little bit about our overview of Summer Reading Club. So cool thing about our Summer Reading Club is that people don't have to have a card to participate. So anybody who's visiting can actually come in. So like sometimes people who are coming and like staying with a different parent during the summer or with grandparents or something like that can come in and participate as well and get those prizes, which is a pretty cool thing. But if you do live in the area, it's great to come and get a card, and our cards are absolutely free for people who live in McLennan County. So that's something that's always really important to emphasize. And whenever I talk to kids about it, I go, it's $0. So never forget, library cards, $0. Checking out books, $0. So that's something that's really important about public libraries that I think sometimes people forget. It's a great resource, and it's really a great way to save money, which is something that's especially important to people in this kind of pandemic time. So we want to make sure that people remember we're a great resource. And so yeah, I love that, people can keep learning too. So so I know we kind of have talked a little bit about how we are going to proceed in the future with sort of going out and reaching out to schools and stuff. And I think the public library is a great way for students to kind of get caught up on that schooling that maybe has fallen a little bit behind in the pandemic. So I know you've reached out to some of the area schools and have tons of ideas. So we'll have that going on in the future as well.
I'm very excited to be working with them.
Yeah.
They have so much access to the teens, and they know what their schools need, and we can definitely help with that and be part of that and really engage with the community through the high schools. And so I'm really looking forward to that. But also local area businesses, I'm working on that too, to really work in tandem with the community, because there is so much there that we can do.
Wonderful, yeah, and we're working to kind of reach out to the community with our Storytime in the Park program.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to do Storytime in the Park with our kids, with our children's librarians, and that's for kids of all ages, like anybody elementary school age and younger. So that's kind of where our kids programs, the target audience lies, and at those. We are going to periodically have our mobile library there where people can actually check out books or get a card and kind of experience those library services outside of walls. And I know, yeah, in the future you'll definitely be a part of kind of reaching outside those library walls to engage the public, which I'm super excited about.
Yes,
so
me too.
yeah, those programs, they're going to be 4 times a week. They're going to start at 10:30, so hopefully it's not quite so hot yet.
Right, yes.
That's definitely going to be fun. And it's also a great way for us to partner with other city departments like the Parks Department, and to be able to explore the neighborhood parks, some of the smaller parks that maybe people haven't been to. So I'm really excited for people to get out and kind of see the community. So that's something that we take really seriously at the library, that everybody should sort of be like a citizen that gives back and is aware of what our city has to offer, which I think is going to be really cool. So, so I know you talked a little bit about your program where you're partnering with Mars to bring in the women in engineering. And so, did you have any of your other teen programs that you kind of wanted to highlight specifically?
Well, we're having our string pull painting program, which is going to be very messy but very fun. We're having a painter's tape art program. I'm going to have cosmic design socks that you can make yourself. I am going to have magazine bowl crafts, all sorts of different things. And like I said, we are having our end of summer reading bash at the end of July, where you're going to do crafts. There's going to be snacks. There's going to be prizes you can take home. I have like a bunch of free books that I have waiting for as prizes. So that's going to be another thing that kids can take. The teens can take home too.
I love that they're going to have kind of a takeaway from every single program.
So absolutely.
By
That's
the end of it, you could build up a whole collection of amazing handmade things. And
yes, definitely.
It's great for gifting. And when you start seeing like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas coming up, you can kind of go, oh, I made all these awesome things, and maybe pass those on, which is
every program has something
cool.
that you can take home.
Absolutely.
Every single one. So yeah, that's a big thing for me. I want to have something that's like you can actually take. Like you made this, you can take it home.
Yeah.
So definitely
all programs. I love that. So very cool. Well, so I'll just reiterate about our summer reading club app, which is called Beanstack. One of the cool things about that is that you actually get points for doing activities. So coming to a library program is one of those activities where you can get a badge, which is pretty cool. And then we also have badges where we partner with a lot of members of the community, different organizations like the Mayborn Museum, the Dr. Pepper Museum, the zoo, and those guys are some of our museum pass partners. And so a cool thing that we offer at the library is the museum passes, where people can go visit those places at no cost, which is cool. So again, $0, which is always a plus. So people can check out a Mayborn Museum pass, go visit the Mayborn Museum for free, and while they're there, they can actually talk to somebody on staff and get the secret word, and then that's how they get their badge for Summer Reading Club. So it's going to be really fun, and it kind of adds a little bit of a scavenger hunt feel, so as they're doing these activities, there's something they have to find, or there's a clue they have to pick up, or that kind of thing. And that's 100% optional, participating in the activities, but we think it's really fun. It gives people a way to kind of like choose your own adventure for Summer Reading Club, and gives it a little bit of flexibility to where, and maybe you can use those activities as an incentive if you have a reluctant reader, somebody who maybe doesn't want to read every day. You can definitely kind of ply them with those activities and say, if you'll read today, we can go to the museum, or we could go to the zoo, and that would be a fun thing.
Speaking of scavenger hunts, I almost forgot. I have a scavenger hunt. I'm going to have a Pokemon scavenger hunt where you have to find the Pokemon at each of the branches, and the first person to find 10 Pokemon at any of the branches gets a grand prize, but everybody gets a little bit of a prize if they get 10 Pokemon, even if they get it afterwards. And I'm going to have an art challenge too, hosted entirely virtually, and they get a prize of a $25 Joann's gift card if they win the drawing for participating in the art challenge.
That's great. And so, and participation in any of those activities would also count as your attend a library event badge. So you can just get like prizes on prizes on prizes.
Absolutely.
If that's what you're into, which you should be, because it's fun.
That's
so so that's a cool thing. So no, I love to hear about that kind of stuff too, because I think the scavenger hunts are really fun, and people can kind of choose the level of participation if they want to really go for it, or just sort of peruse a little bit and maybe get the smaller prize. They can definitely do that. So I think that's going to be super, super cool. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of activities going on, getting a little bit back to feeling like normal. And so hopefully when people are coming in and visiting the library, they're really using it as a way to keep learning, but also fun. So that's our mission at the library, is education, information, and recreation. So we do emphasize that fun aspect as much as we do all the other stuff. And so as much as we are information people, we do want people to kind of have that social stuff, which is so important for our teens especially.
Absolutely.
So I think the pandemic has been really isolating, and I think it's a way for them to kind of get back into that socialization in a place that is very safe, and they can feel really comfortable. So
and we just put all the furniture out into the teen room at Central, and we're slowly very quickly actually getting all the furniture out, so it feels more a bit back to normal, and you can sit there for a while and read, or do whatever. When the programs are there, you can be there a while and just chill out, hang out.
So yeah, absolutely. If people come into the library here in the near future, it's going to look very different than it has for the past year, when there was no furniture and no signage and no kind of like the fun stuff. We sort of had to cut back because we were not encouraging gatherings. So now we love to see people coming back to the library, and I think that's going to be such a wonderful thing. And we have tons of things to check out. So not only books, but we have kits, and we have, like I said, those museum passes and DVDs, audiobooks, all kinds of things. And then we also have our ebooks that are available all the time, and we have lots of great YA ebooks for teens. So that's definitely something, because I know most of the teens I know love to be on their phones and their tablets and stuff. So if the books are there, then maybe they'll get a hold of those as well. So I love to
They're very
think
convenient.
about that. They're super convenient.
The
Absolutely.
cloud library that we use is very easy to use. It's very convenient. I like it a lot.
It's a great app. So that's a really good app. Our Beanstack app, which we use for our summer reading club, is a really user-friendly app. And so I think people are going to really enjoy earning those badges and kind of, chalking up points and getting those prizes eventually. So I think that's going to be really cool. And it's the same app that we used last year. So if people used it last year, they don't have to download anything new. They can just apply for that second 2021 challenge for the Summer Reading Club Challenge. And and if you're enrolled in any of our other challenges, you can actually count one book for both challenges. So you can kind of double dip on that, which is pretty cool.
Very easy.
So so that's I think it's going to be really a good thing for people. We have our 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Challenge, and then we also have our Great American Road Trip Challenge that are continuous. They are always going on until you complete them. So anyway, and the Summer Reading Club is going to be a short one, but we are going to have other challenges throughout the year. So I think that's going to be really, really fun too.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, cool. So I mentioned a little bit about our special days that we're going to have. So like I said, we're going to have Donut Day and Pizza Day, but we're also going to have a ballpoint pen day because there's a day to celebrate ballpoint pens.
Oh my goodness.
Which is definitely fun. And so we're going to have some kind of art challenges going on with that where people can draw with ballpoint pens, show us what they can do. And then all our staff is going to be dressed up like nerds. More so than normal, but no,
more so than normal.
More so than normal. So, and hopefully bringing their pocket protectors to protect their ballpoint pens, and we're also going to be giving away ballpoint pens at all of our locations, which is going to be cool. And we have some other days like that. We have Make Music Day, where we're going to highlight the musical talents of our staff because we have lots of really talented people on staff. So that's going to be super cool. And then we also have two in-person programs that I can definitely highlight. So the first one is our drive-in movie day, which is going to be on the first Saturday of June, and we're going to show the movie The Princess Bride outdoors at the South Waco Library, and we're going to have popcorn. It's going to be super cool. And then in July, we're going to show the movie Inside Out to celebrate Emoji Day. So
cool.
Super fun. So we're going to have both of those things, and that's just a great way to kind of bring people back to the library and kind of have them gather in a way that we can, keep everybody sort of safe by being outside and having tons of space because the South Waco Library has a giant field behind it.
They do. It's a wonderful area.
So
Yes,
that's going to be cool, and we're excited to use that location kind of to its fullest by bringing that out. And we're going to have our Waterfest at South Waco Library also, so that we can enjoy that outside. And that's on June the 8th. So to celebrate World Oceans Day, which is one of our special days also. Another aspect of those special days is we are going to have our selfie station, which is cool. I don't know. Have you done our selfie station yet?
I have.
Okay.
Yes,
That's right. You did the selfie station. And so some of those days we're going to have our fun mascot Booker, and he's our Booker the elephant, and we love him.
Popular.
Yeah, he's very popular. And then we're also going to have some other things that you can do for selfie station. So for World Ocean Day, we're going to have a shark, so it looks like you've gotten shark attacked, and we're going to have some other things like that are going to be really fun. And the selfie station is going to actually rotate, so people can check the calendar to see where it's going to be, so they can make sure they get over there and get their selfies, which is going to be really cool. But we're going to have those going on. Definitely lots of giveaways. Like I said, prizes on prizes on prizes. So we've got our basic prizes, but then we have some little bonus things depending on if people want to participate in specific teen activities or specific general activities.
Absolutely.
They can just get all kinds of swag, which I'm excited about. So I think that's going to be very cool. We're going to give away sunglasses one day too. So
cool.
People can definitely definitely look cool in the summer and stay cool, hopefully, by coming inside and
Yes.
enjoying the libraries, which are always really comfortable. So I think that's going to be very cool. And we're always buying new books, so we
Yes,
definitely
every week.
right?
Every
Yes,
week.
absolutely. So I know that's a big part
Every
of your
week,
job is
yes.
choosing those new books. So so we're just getting more books all the time, and I think that's definitely going to continue. And so that way, every time people come in, there's new stuff for them to look at. So hopefully they'll come in really often over the summer and really enjoy those. And we have a great selection of books and graphic novels, movies, and like I said, all the kits and kind of miscellaneous stuff, those sort of non-traditional items. We're adding those all the time, which is super cool. So yeah, absolutely. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add about teen programs for summer?
Well, I want to say that I'm really excited to be here, and thank you so much. It's an amazing opportunity for me, and I'm really going to enjoy what the summer is going to hold, as far as programming. Like I said, we have plenty of craft programs. We're going to have our end of summer bash where we just celebrate the end of summer reading. Even if it's the end of summer reading, we'll still keep reading, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be great.
Wonderful. Well, I just want to thank you for joining me here for this episode of City Talk. It's been exciting to guest host, and it's the first time I've done that. So it's it's exciting to do that, and like I said, to chat with you about Summer Reading Club. I know that we are extremely excited about it, and the kickoff date for Summer Reading Club is June 1st, but people can register before that, even though that day is coming right around the corner.
Yes,
So
it is very, very soon. Seven more days, I believe. I think just a week.
So they can definitely register online though, using the app starting right now. So that's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, like I said, just once again, want to thank you for joining me for this episode of City Talk, and we will definitely look forward to summer. And thank you guys for joining us, and stay tuned for the next episode of City Talk.
We hope you enjoyed City Talk, a production of the City of Waco. Catch this program on local radio stations on Sunday mornings at 6:30 a.m. Find the podcast on your favorite podcast streaming service by searching City of Waco, or view it online at wccc.tv.